Now we're going to review how you can interpret confidence intervals, and we'll address some common misconceptions. So first, what do we mean by a 95% confidence interval? So if I haven't pounded this into your brain enough, it's the process used to create the interval, not anything special about any one particular interval. So here was the example that we did before, and we saw 1 out of 20 of these didn't actually contain the population parameter, but the other 19 did. So, true or false? Suppose you calculate an approximate 95% confidence interval for the average age of the mothers in the baby data population, and you get 26.9 to 27.6. True or false? Does this mean about 95% of the mothers in the population were between 26.9 years and 27.6 years old? Take a minute, see what you think. If you said false, you are correct, because we're estimating that their average age of the mothers in the population is in that interval, not that 95% of all the mothers are in between those ages. And to put perspective, this was the distribution in our sample of the ages, and this was our confidence interval that we got, because it's a confidence interval for the average age in the population. All right, another one. Strictly speaking, what is the best interpretation of a 95% confidence interval for the mean? This will be A, this will be B, and this will be C. Okay, if you said A, you are correct. That is the best interpretation. A common misinterpretation is B. So again, once I give you a given confidence interval, let's say this is my interval, the population parameter is either in it or it's not. And so if you want to talk anything about probabilities, it's either a 0 or 100% chance. And we don't know if it's in there or not. But this 95% has nothing to say about this specific interval. It has to say about the process if we were to repeat this and create a lot of intervals this way. And then C is basically the same misunderstanding that we talked about in the previous question. It's not that the population distribution is contained in that confidence interval. It's whatever population parameter you're trying to estimate that we're talking about. We're not talking about the whole distribution.